Or this is a group, what I call connect session or co-session, and it's a group journey that we take together by sharing our frequency and our energy fields collaboratively. And I'm going to geek out on you for a second and explain the technical aspect of this, only because I think sometimes hearing it actually kind of cements it or kind of formalizes it in the mind and kind of brings cohesion to what we're doing. So there's a terminology called link aggregation in technology for networking or putting together circuits. And the formal definition is the combining or aggregating of multiple network connections in parallel, because that increases total throughput and sustains a bigger connection. And so if I were to replace some of that terminology with light worker and frequency, that's basically what we're doing here today. So, and this is all through intention, and obviously everyone participating with their fields in an open manner. Obviously, we're coming from a heart center, and that's how this, I believe that this really amplifies in the way that it works. And again, just really grateful for everyone here who's willing to step up and participate. So what I always like to say is, please get in a comfortable position, however that is, whether sitting up, reclining, or laying down. If you feel like you want to go off camera, that's perfectly fine, because sometimes I find that the external visuals can be distracting. And so if it allows you to become more immersive in the experience, that's perfectly fine, because that's actually what we want, because that's how I believe that your consciousness can commit to the process by not having any other external stimulus or distraction around you. So I also like to go off camera simply because that helps me focus on assisting with the journeying and the process. So I'm going to go off camera myself. So if everyone is feeling comfortable and in a position that they feel will help facilitate them during our journey, please please get in that state or that position that will help you. And so in starting the process, I will walk through what I call the chakra circuit path process and start vocalizing exactly what we're going to be doing as I lead and guide all of you. So taking a deep breath in and letting that out as comfortably or as naturally as you feel in this moment. Let's begin to take our mental awareness to our energy field around us. We're going to start to define the boundaries or points of presence as your front, back, left, and right sides of the field around you. And as you start to bring awareness to these areas, you're going to start to feel the boundaries of your field as your foundational frequency activates. This is the frequency that identifies you and the currency that you bring to the world. So when you've established these points of presence, let's take our attention above, about 5 or 6 feet. And from here, we're going to start to see, sense, feel, imagine, or visualize detecting the light of source. In the beginning, the source light is going to feel like a dispersion of light particles, sort of spread out. But as you continue to bring your attention and focus to this light, the light will start to collect and group into pools, which will then concentrate like spotlights randomly moving about the sky. All moving until the spotlights all converge into one. And with this focus and through the power of source, we begin to travel with the source light downward through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral, root, legs, feet, through to the Earth star, down into the central and crystalline core of the planet, all the way down into the center of the Earth, into the heart of Mother Gaia, where we will anchor, center, and balance here, while we set the intention to clear and transmute all low-level frequencies, negative energies across all time, dimension, space, and realities. Here, as we fully and completely release that into the planet, taking a moment to sit with her here, we then travel back up through the Earth star, feet, legs, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, through the soul star, all the way up into the central sun, pushing past into the unity consciousness field, pushing farther into our pinpoint connection to source. Feeling the extreme opposites of the energy stream that we've created, defining this chakra circuit path. This allows the light, the energy to flow freely and clearly, unobstructed, as we feel our connection to source. We will then travel this energy back down once more through the divine light path, through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, arriving and homing and centering into our heart space, expanding our hearts into the universe, allowing our divine column of light to expand along with it. And in this heart expansion, we feel connected, connecting to the galactic center so we may sense the void, feel the void, expand into the void to become the void. And from here, I call upon the cosmic table of light and ask for source light records for myself, Vera Valencia Takakura, Shelby McGee, Nicolette Agnaldo, Tamara Pasick, Melanie Sharker, Ellen Warren, Denise Scott, Monique Casper, January Santovamana, Suki McAdams, I am blinking real quick here. For Deborah, is it Sorev?
She's not on.
Oh, okay, I apologize. I'm missing one person.
Or I don't think she is.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, got it. So as I call upon source light records for each and every one of you, I move to open the records. And in doing so, we set the intention that all healings, clearing, support, guidance, assistance, information, streams, downloads, frequencies, vibrations of the highest order and magnitude come forth for all of us in session. Requesting field access to the Akasha. Also requesting and honoring and acknowledging the presence of the ascended masters, teachers, loved ones, star families, galactic beings, archangels, ancestors, record keepers, guides, beings of light, to be in full presence. Feel the energy moving through that. As I open the records, expand the records high and wide until they expand into the light of the sky. The records are now open. Field access is now granted. All frequencies are active. All records are online. There's a great deal of energy moving here.
There's a lot of energy moving. For me, as you were taking us in, Vera, there's a huge vacuum of like a pale yellow light, almost like a hole of light off to our left. and very, very big. And we all just went through it. And it took us to basically well, it's 6 beings who are sitting there that are waiting for us. And then Remu was there, but he's behind them. Like he's not participating with what this group of 6 want to talk to us. It is, I can tell you a couple people that are there. There is some sort of black interdimensional extraterrestrial being. There is a gray Mother Mary, Archangel Gabriel. There's 2 more. Let me see if I can figure out who they are. Ariel, Archangel Ariel. And Kali, yeah, Kali. Kali. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our 6 that are sitting in front of us. There are some others scattered about, but those are the ones in front. And I think those are the ones that are wanting to speak to us. The others are observing. And again, I get a sense Remu is there. He's back behind. He's waiting for this part to be completed, whatever information is going to be exchanged. And then he has someplace he's taking us. Yes, he's saying yes. Okay.
Is there any specific messages for anyone or anybody getting anything else?
I keep seeing a light being in front of me. It's a silhouette though, just made of light. It feels masculine. I'm trying to tune in, but I'm not getting anything. They're not saying anything. His arms are spread out like in a T.
Oh.
I have 4 Octarian beings right in front of me, 2 on my left and 2 on my right. Behind them, I see the panel of 6 that Tamara's talking about. And it's like in an astral realm, and I see all of the records that you've opened up above all of us spread out in the astral. And there's shards of light that are being integrated into them, not simultaneously, but like each when the time is delegated, they just keep sparking and going off.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well. And I'm seeing as they receive it, they then release it to us. I don't know how else to say that. Like they're receiving it and then they let it leave their bodies and it comes into us, which is quite nice. Again, it's like one of those energy shares. This is what they're doing. They are changing our frequency again so that we're better able to communicate and talk with these beings. And I think they've done something like this before, kind of like an elevation or a.
It's almost like a convert. Like
Yeah.
you know how you have a converter box for down converting I know you see that with voltage, but it's for frequency. Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's it. It's basically just to put us in the right energy mode for receiving.
Because I'm sweating.
Yeah, I'm sweating too. This is
They're doing something.
Same.
Ooh. Wow.
There's a lot of light.
There's a lot of light. There's a lot of heat, a lot of energy.
Because I can see it. That's amazing. Share, Nicolette, do that both you and Tamara are seeing and correlating.
Yeah, I was like, what is this panel in front of me? And they're blue. And I was like, I know these hands. I recognize these hands. They're familiar to me. They're like family to me because I know that's what I am. And then I went past them. There's like a gap between my 2 front feet in front of me. There's no one directly in front of me. And as I look past it, I can see like 6 to 7 others. And then Tamara started to explain who they are. And I watched them lock in clarity. So I'm like, okay, all right. I'm getting this, but there's like a ton of energy moving in, and I feel like it's being facilitated through layers, almost like a waterfall effect coming through. So this isn't like a small group that just got together and is just able to receive. All of our guides have been planning this for a very long time, and this is very instrumental. And I'm just kind of in awe right now of how quickly you've escalated with all of these gifts, Vera, and this group. And it's amazing. Like, my whole body is sweating and shaking right now. And I'm just gonna let it keep coming. I'm just like, I'm in for it. Let's go. Buckle up.
Vera has a secret handshake she only shares with certain people. That's how.
Right. There's a code word, sure. The code word is for everyone to get together like this and let it unfold.
Yeah. So Nicolette, as you were speaking, we're still receiving, not as strongly as we were, but they're taking us through a walk in the woods, and then we're above the woods and we're looking down, and you can see like a flowing creek or a small river there. And what I'm being told is that we can find the water. We can find the water source. So they're saying we could be right by the water source, but not see it, but we will feel and know that it's there. And let me ask why water's coming up and why is that important? Okay, so I'm being told there will be a time when we will need to find water. Water won't be as readily available. In terms of how we get water now, it will be there, it will be available, but it will be hard to locate and source. And so this is just a confirmation for all of us that at a time or the time that water does not become available in the ways that we have typically received it, that we'll all be able to find water in other ways than seeing it. Okay, lots of blue light coming in now. Oh. And Reimu is coming forward. All of these other beings are remaining where they are. And they're, again, a big peanut gallery of onlookers and observers. Reimu he's taking us somewhere. We are going through another, I don't know, a portal. It's basically a brownish gray tunnel. It could be a wormhole. It could be a pathway to another dimension, but we are going somewhere else. And we are now perched upon a cloud, all of us in a circle. He's in the middle. And he is now pulling energy out of our third eye and crown. It's like coming out of us. It's not that he's taking it, he's manipulating it, doing something with it. Okay, in the middle, he's taking all of our energies and he's mixing them up in a mixing bowl, like you would like stir a cake mix or something. I know that sounds weird, but he's taking them all and he's merging them all, and he's adding something to it. I'm seeing it as sparks or dots of light or minuscule stars. It's very sparkly, but he is adding something to it. And now he's using his hands and he's placing it back into our crown chakra. So I'm asking, is that some sort of upgrade or change in our human body? And I'm getting a big yes on that.
What did he add? It feels like a different frequency, but I just have to ask what his
Right. So it does feel different. It doesn't feel normal. He says this will, no, it's not increase your capacity. It will quicken how we can communicate with them. So what I'm understanding is that we went through the normal process today to go up to here, but some of these beings are going to continue to communicate with us. Not all of them at once and not all of them for every person, but there are many of these beings that are here that as we leave this session today, that we will be able to communicate with very, very quickly, very easily. So it's facilitating and making simpler our process of of working and communicating and engaging with these beings. And he says there will be like one or two for each people. We're not going to be able to readily access this whole panel, but that one or two, it's almost as if we're picking up new teachers, new guides, that's what it is. So we're picking up some very high level assistance, for lack of a better, powerful assistance. And what he has given us is that ability to communicate with them much simpler, much easier.
I kind of feel like it's an operator system. Like you pick up and whoever's there might answer.
That he's saying, yes, that's definitely, you can definitely do that. My problem is I won't know who to ask for.
No.
Okay. So now he's taking us somewhere else. So we're receiving a lot again today.
I can feel it surging, like totally surging through me right now.
Yeah, the base of my spine is spinning like pretty rapidly.
Yeah.
So we're now going down a hallway of light. There's the floor of light and the side walls are light. There's nothing above us. And we are kind of splitting into two lines, half of us on one side, half on the other, and we're following. And now we're all behind him. Okay, each person is now taking off. Like the people, some are going up, some are going to the left, we're all leaving. We're all dispersing into different locations and different places. It's almost as if we've got our seat assignments for the day. Okay, Vera, you're going here. Suki, you're going there. Monique, you're headed out here.
What I'm getting is that we're going to all our different homes.
Yeah, big yes on that one. Ooh, there's some energy moving now. That's exactly what's happening. Everyone's going back to their home planet. It's almost like it's a gift. Like we're letting you have a day pass. We're taking you back home so that you can feel the love, you can feel the familiarity, you can feel where you've come from, and they want us to remember that feeling. So right now he wants us to just pause for a moment and just make that connection with our home planet. So Remu is again kind of in the middle and just looking about, looking at where everyone is, where they're going, feeling their heart. He's reaching out to feel what we're feeling in our heart.
Yep. I was going to say that when you said to connect with the home planet, it's open your heart chakra and kind of just like throw the doors open type thing and let it go.
And let it go. Exactly. And he's embracing the fact that we have done this.
I feel different tingles in the body for sure.
Okay. Do you remember when we did the heart share the other day with some of the beings? He wants us to do this heart share from the stature of being on our home planet, but he wants us to heart share with each other. He says this is a very powerful team. This team has a lot to do. This team has specific, I don't want to say jobs, but the specific tasks that are incredibly important. And the timing is now. The timing is we are literally on the precipice of everyone having to work for those big things that we came in for. And we need to heart share with each other because he says it's not going to be easy.
keep seeing a planet that's like deep indigo, and I'm trying to open my eyes, and it's almost like it gets deeper indigo as I go in. I don't think it's smoke. It's just it's more energetic than like a physicality.
When you're talking, what I'm seeing is that you're becoming more and more comfortable in that planet, and that's how that deepens. It deepens with your comfort, with your opening your heart, with you being back there. That familiarity of like, oh, I'm home again.
Yeah, the being that I told you guys about, he took my hand, but I still don't understand.
He's guiding you places. What being was this?
The silhouette of light, if he felt
Yeah.
masculine.
Has everyone had an opportunity to heart share?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, he's pulled us all back and into a tight circle around him. We're going up to another dimension, place. And we are all, again, we're presenting on a cloud, but we're all looking down. So we're at an observational location where we can look down and see what's going on. We see what's going on with the planets and the families that we came from. We're seeing what's going on at Earth. We're seeing what's going on in the different dimensions. It's a view and a perception and an understanding. He's saying not many people get to view this. Not many people get to understand it. And again, this is about the big picture. He just wants us to remember that we are strong, we are powerful, we do have this ability. We can call on him. It will be very easy to forget these connections when things get challenging. But he wants us to remember. So he's giving us all different kinds of views and gifts so that we remember this. We go back and remember. And if you're having trouble remembering, he says, heart share with someone in the group. Getting really warm again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're being taken back to the seating of the 6 beings. And they are asking us, do we have questions for them?
How do we know which one is required for a situation? Do we just, yeah.
You're saying invoke assistance in the right one.
Okay.
Invoke assistance, invoke knowledge, ask. Asking is so important. He's saying asking is very, very important, and the right individual will be there to assist. Any other queries?
With our heart share, do we just, sit down and envision it?
Tamara, you're on mute, I think.
What I'm hearing is that there isn't a right or wrong way to do it, that no one has to do it one specific way. It's envisioning the pink light coming from your heart. It's seeing that energy move into someone else's heart And it's not just the energy, it's the knowledge, it's the memory, it's the love, it's the energy, it's all of it. So just however you're sharing it, visualize those things so that the other person is receiving what you know, what you remember, what love capacity you have.
Okay. Thank you.
That makes sense. And if it helps, sort of seeing the energy in your heart as a ball, like a ball of light, and then sort of kind of in a weird sort of sci-fi fashion, seeing your heart chamber open and then kind of shooting that at someone else's heart space. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want a much more literal way of doing that, and you can actually see the light bounce into their heart space and they can reciprocate and send one back to you.
Big Care Bears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. That'd be a good one. That's a good one.
That's a great analogy.
And
Yes.
we all have the different like shades of that same pink energy, but it's all a little bit different because of where we come from and the gifts that we all each hold. So it's like if I share and Tamara shares with the same person, they're going to get the same energy and yet a little variation of what I share I hold individually that makes me special to who I am and vice versa.
Like your signature.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Guys, there's something happening with my hands. It just keeps shaking. Like there's so much
Mm.
energy coming out of it, and I'm
Uh,
trying to shake it out, but it feels
um,
stuck.
allow it to like flow, like play with your hands a little bit, and instead of shaking as if you're like trying to rid yourself of the energy, kind of play with it almost like as if you're making ocean waves or different like symbols and things, and kind of just see what it wants to do instead of like ridding it.
Yeah, restraining it probably creates a
Yeah, so
resistance.
I've been doing light language with my hands pretty much since we started. But I feel like it'll help flow. I actually recently just got um more information that it would be really helpful for all of us to attempt or not attempt to allow light language through our hands or through our mouths to come through. Um, you can do that by calling upon your inner child because the children don't mind being silly and acting silly and saying silly things. So call upon your inner child to be a part of it. That way it can remind you of the fact that these words and these symbols and all of these things are can be silly and yet very powerful. Um, and you can just start, talking or moving your hands or doing or even writing the light language in a very playful way. And then as you continue to playfully do it, it'll come in stronger and stronger. And then you'll feel more empowered in what it is that's coming through.
Shelby, that's excellent instruction, seriously, because I
Yeah.
think so many of us are moving energy and doing light language with our hands. And I can tell you probably the past 5 to 7 sessions, the light language has just been flying almost the entire
Okay.
for me too. So I think it's
Yeah.
again, it's that ability for us to receive what they're giving us and the ease at which it comes right now. Your
Yep.
instruction was outstanding.
Yeah. I've also right now getting like, even if everybody wants to, with your mic on or off, want to just kind of, um, just be silly and just say a few things like, and it
Yeah.
seems so
No, yeah, just
silly,
let yourself
but
vocally
just do it,
evoke.
like
Yeah,
allow it to
yeah.
just come through. And if you don't feel comfortable having your mic on, like having just a few moments of allowing just something to come through, because the more you can allow something to come through, at first it starts like blah, 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 and then it turns into Rico Reinian Santa Ge- Kurro Ko Yana Mane Siato Tu Yana Mane Ser Kurro Ge Te Te Situ Tu Yana Mane Yana Situ Tu Yana Mane. And it's like when my mind comes in, it wants to stop it. But the
Yeah.
more I can just allow it, it just starts to really, really flow through. And that'll help with all of this energy that we're receiving and transmuting through.
Yeah, there's a lot of people all over the world erupting into vocalized light language. It's pretty common now, actually. So I know that a lot of people feel uncomfortable, obviously, but exactly to Shelby's point, there's just the energy running through us and it wants to express itself in some way, whether through the hands or through the voice.
Good job. Go. Whoever's doing that. Keep going. I like to, maybe you can start with like tika 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 and everybody can kind of go tika 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 tika. And then the more that they do it, the tika is like allowing it like, okay, like bring it on, like tika 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 tika. Tika tuko to regete siato to yana man siata tato ro koreana tati sutuko yana. Siata ko yana man sete takai. Yeah. Yeah. Let it flow. I've been called to lead some light language play parties where it starts as play and then allows everybody to, and it just hasn't come forward yet. So it's lovely that it's being
So,
called.
Archangel Gabriel says you've been listening to him. He with these light language parties you're doing, he says you've been listening. They've been wanting you to do this because it does open people up. And Jeff, is Jeff on the call today?
He couldn't make it. It was too early for him, but yeah, he would have loved to have been part of that.
Yeah, because he also shared with me, very similar to what you said, Shelby, about speaking light language, because I've been doing it with my hands for a bit. And he's said, when you wake up in the morning, you're going to sleep at night, just lay in bed and just start random, just like you said, random making noises, whatever comes out. And he says, and just go with it. Don't relax. He said, relax, don't think about it, just let it come out. And then it just flows. So it's exactly what he says, just play.
Yeah. And I'll put out there on our group too, just that if anybody wants to join for like a play 30-minute, like impromptu play light language and then go from there and see because I feel like it'll really benefit everybody.
Yeah, definitely send that invite out. Okay, let's see if there's anything else.
Were there any questions for the beings since that? Oh,
yeah, Tamara, are there any messages for the collective at this time?
Messages for the collective. Be prepared for a tumultuous time. That's why you have to remember. He's saying, remember where you're from, remember the love center, because all of this is possible in spite of the tumult. I'm seeing groups of people like at a base of a mountain, just like out in nature somewhere. And there's so much going on around them. It's like standing in the middle of a war and there's a million things going on. And as we're focused and bringing our energy together in concert for the same thing, we're not even noticing it. It's not even relevant. It's that concept of the 5D is actually right here. And I'm going to give you this example because I've never had a finer example in my life. A group of us, including Monique, went to Scotland, and one of the standing stones we went to was in the middle of a golf course, literally in the middle of a golf course. And as we're approaching, we're feeling the energy, we're seeing it, we're seeing beings, we're overwhelmed. And then all of a sudden we have to move to the side so a golfer can come right through who doesn't see or feel any of it. And I think, and it happens all day long. And we looked at each other and we're like, how can they not see this? How can they not feel it? But that's going on around us. And what we're seeing and doing and working on is happening within us and we're not affected by it. So that's a huge message for the collective there. Just stay on course. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. See if there's anything else.
Can I ask, what do they want me? So I did what Shelby said, and stopped shaking out the energy. And now it feels like there's a slinky in between my palms, and the energy is just going ping pong. But it's
That's
a lot.
beautiful.
And I'm asking, do they want me to do hands-on placement to others? And it's unclear.
Is anyone else picking anything up?
I learned about using your body as a pendulum, how to quiet yourself and ask yourself questions and to feel it in your body, the yes and the no. And that when we have moments when we're in doubt, to quiet ourselves and feel like deep down within, to feel the energy shifts with yeses and nos. And if you don't know something, to just go into that place and feel the shift, and you'll know.
Yeah. Those shifts that you're talking about, I'm sorry, because my eyes are closed. Who was asking about the slinky, the energy between their hands?
It's January.
January.
Okay, January. So what I'm hearing, January, is that you have the ability to do just that, change the energy of a situation. And they're giving you this slinky energy field. They want you to work with it. They want you to play with it. But basically, you can take like a baseball of energy and throw it at a situation, throw it at a piece of land, throw it at something that's happening, whether it's between humans or on the land or in space. And like someone pouring a cup of cold water on you in the shower, to like kind of wake up the situation. They want you to practice with it, feel that energy, get comfortable with it, and then lean into literally with your body yes and no situations where you need to take that energy.
Thank you.
I'm also getting the sense that it's to make everyone familiar with the fact that they have a lot of capability with the other chakras of the body that we're not always familiar with or used to interacting with. So the hand and the palm chakras, feet chakras, these are energy points that really help guide us and also help us work with the energy more. And so I think that was also a sign of, hey, there's this way that you can work with energy. We always think of it as a conceptual thing with our mind, but the actual literal, I'll call it handling or, maneuvering of the energy comes from us too.
So, Vera, Tamara, sorry, my mic was off. But after Tamara spoke, I was talking, and you're right, both of you. So all the messages that I have been receiving is that we are to use this energy that's coming onto us and into us and to create it and put it out to the world that is about to be coming towards us and for us. So it is through, not just through hands of people, but also hands of land, Tamara, like you said, and hands of area, and kind of cleaning up the earth or getting it prepared, but to continue doing it.
As everybody was talking there, Monique, I'm hearing so much about the land right now, and this is what I heard: land share. Just like I said, heart share, land share. They want us to be looking. I keep seeing our group in land, like fields of wheat or whatever. And I'm not trying to prophesize here by any means at all, but what I'm understanding from Ray Moo is that we need to be living in places where there is land. So it's not a directive to move out of the city now or anything like that, but those places that are less populated, that are more open, and we are very fortunate to have that in the United States. Not everybody across the world has that, but we do, to keep that in mind, because that seems to be where we're heading. There's a lot about the land.
Was it Shelby that was saying the ping ponging light?
That was January,
January.
having it.
Yeah, as soon as you said that, like just a moment afterwards, I started feeling that in my feet. Like my feet are totally pinging. And then we started talking about the land, and I can just feel my feet pinging back and forth.
Yeah, no, that your feet chakras communicate with the earth.
Yeah.
That's how we ground, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, and not a lot of the people who have joined today weren't part of our group when I shared, but when I was in Egypt, I was doing a lot of this grid work intentionally, and I'm actually part of that was pulling in the light physically with my hands. I put my camera on just so if anybody wants to see. It was pulling in the light physically with my hands from source, making it into a ball, taking that energy and then pushing it out, almost like you see like on the Avatar movies or something like that, where they're the cartoons where they're actually like visualizing the light coming in or even up from Mother Earth, and then or my heart, and sharing it with the people, with the places, with the land. And I'm feeling that that's part of like the light language itself. Using your hands is that you're actually manipulating the energy and sending it intentionally, because a lot of this is using our intention to do what we already can do and we just didn't realize we can do. And so I'm feeling called to share that, like if you're feeling it come up through your feet, then that's like an indication that you're already doing that unconsciously. But if you can do that intentionally, it'll just amplify that and send that energy out wherever you are. If you're in an area that feels like kind of like icky to you, or just anything, and that goes for you too, January, with what Tamara said, with a situation or a person or anything. It's like you can like you can do it in your head, but if you're taking the intention and you're pulling it in and you're like creating this beautiful ball of light within you from source, from and then sending it out like either through your feet or through your hands intentionally, then that'll help to disperse some of that energy that you're feeling too. I'm feeling maybe January, you're getting all the energy coming in and not really knowing what you want to do with it. And so that's going to help with that also.
Yeah, that's good, Shelby, because that's same. I was doing the same thing you were in Egypt. I think we were doing it together. So just a little bit differently, but yes.
This has all really been resonating with me ever since January was talking about the slinky in the hands. Everything that has been said after this, I keep seeing like myself as magician. So there's this idea of, energy running through us that we harness and use with our hands, but also, yes, like Shelby was saying, the energy outside of us, energy with the land that we're manipulating. That was exactly the word that came to me. So it's like there's different chapters of this energy manipulating experience, that we're like standing out in the land, maybe among houses even, and harnessing what's up there, what's over there, pulling it in, mixing it around like we are conductors. And
Alchemists.
This came up in with Vera and I the other day when we were talking a few days ago, this like magician, conductor, alchemist. Yeah. Something
exactly it.
From doing light language, but yeah, like maybe it's another type of light language, but
So I love this so much. This is definitely something I've been doing, but sitting and listening to y'all talk about this a lot. I think I'm definitely called to do it a lot more often, because I'll just find random moments in the day where my hands ping. Like I'll get that sensation where like the energy is just randomly charging in my hands. And I'm like, why is this doing it while like I'm like checking someone out at my 3D job? But yeah, so now I think I just need to like trust it, even if I just don't know it, and just let that like funnel through me, build in my hands, and just push it out intuitively, because maybe I don't need to be the director of it. Maybe like that's already being directed by someone else. I just need to feel it and push it out and just trust it goes where it needs to go.
Yeah, be the channel, because
absolutely.
I resonate with you in the sense that I'll be typing on the computer and all of a sudden the palm of my hand will start to spark and I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this right now? So no, I agree that it spontaneously combusts in your hands sometimes, but actually being mindful and saying, okay, maybe I need to go out for a second here and like, move the energy or redirect the energy or infuse the energy into something or express it. It feels like that's happening amongst us. It's kind of interesting that it's all happening amongst us. Yeah.
When that happens, sit with self, take a minute, take a breath, sit with self and see where it directly needs to go. So don't just throw it out there. Like really, where does this need to go?
Understood.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's all of
Okay.
that is really good advice. I think based on what I'm hearing today too, is we're all randomly getting it at different times. I Monique knows this. I wake up in the middle of the night and my hands are going crazy, or I'll wake up in the morning and or you're in the grocery. So it is coming more prolifically, more quickly, and without us invoking it. It's almost as if, okay, we're open to it now, we're working with it, now we're just going to give it to you all the time because there's a lot that needs to be done, whether you're typing on the computer, Vera, or sleeping in bed at night. But it's clear we're all getting it in very similar ways.
So I just had this like vision of all of these people like sporadically throughout the world doing this like thing like they do in CSI when they pull up their, like I don't even know what the word of their, their like electronic little vision board where they're like, take something here, move it over there.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
Oh,
mean?
the digital. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, yes. But all these people are just like in their everyday world, just randomly, not randomly moving all of
Yeah.
their stuff around.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I was on the strip of Vegas doing light language. It was very fun to see people
Oh, yeah.
reacting like, what's going on here? Like, you need some light.
So what's kind of cool though is that we've all, you don't think about it because these things happen with us and like, oh, this is what's this about. But I feel as if as a group we've really grown, we've really been giving a lot, and so much so quickly that it's actually normalized now, which isn't a bad thing. But I think it is that power of us working together. So again, Vera, thank you for accommodating so many people on these calls, because it has proved to be very, very informative and powerful.
I'm always welcome and always just grateful, like I said, for everyone joining. Or is the panel still there?
Panel's still there. Actually, while you guys were all talking, Mother Mary got up and she gave us great gratitude, a reminder to be on the land, be with the land, work with the land. So work with the land seems to be the thing right now. I saw all of us again standing in a big open field somewhere, and she has her hand almost like a Benedictine monk at an angle behind our head, like she's giving us something along with her gratitude, and she went person to person. So we each received something from Mother Mary.
Yeah, I kept getting images
That
of
was
me in a
crazy.
random field.
I totally felt the zing in my head. That's so crazy you said that, Tamara.
Yep, she was the one of the 6 that stood up, and again, gratitude from all, but the reminder to work with the land. And I don't know what it is she gave us, but we always seem to receive so much. And I'm just glad for whatever little bit I can get.
I have a question for the panel, Tamara.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been feeling like there's like a lot of us work with our higher selves and really in tune with our higher selves, but I feel like there's this like integration with our higher selves at a much more higher potent level coming. And as it locks in, it kind of rocks me, and then it locks in a little more and it rocks me a little more, and then I get used to it. Can you ask them, like, is this accurate? Is this true? Like, is past lives or past incarnations of ourselves locking into us right now? I'm getting this in a lot of the readings I'm doing as well. It looks like past lives or past incarnations that picked up big attributes in that life are reintegrating into people incarnated at this time.
That's
Yes.
so cool that you're asking
Yes.
that, because that's actually something I've actively been doing, is reintegrating into, I don't even call them past lives anymore. Those are parallel lifetimes. And I'm always asking for the lifetimes that have the highest and optimized, gifts and abilities in our best interest to reintegrate. And so I guess to your point, Nicola, that merging is definitely happening. That is
1000%.
that's the reintegration back into your true essence, right? So yes, asking that question, Tamara, is to see obviously if they concur, if they have any other information around that.
No, it's 100%. That's just it. They are all merging. And I was going to say that answer there saying, yes, they are all merging right now. And then I was going to go, but I'm going to let Vera speak to that because she's been doing a lot of experimenting in parallel lives. And
Well,
so there you go.
Yeah, actually, in a meditation I did earlier, I've received a lot of this information that's on this call right now. And that was one of the things that I received, Nicolette, was the fact that, yes, everything is merging our past lives. Remember, because it's being brought into us right now. And this is the time that we're to awaken and to receive and to accept it and move forward with it. Everything we've known from the past or sideways, whatever, however you call that,
Yeah.
to now. Yeah.
That's
Parallel.
interesting. Okay, that's so validating and so interesting. Thank you guys for sharing that, because I know even I just realized right now, or just remembered right now, Jude had said something about that in her prophecy as well, that there was a point where we'd all like start remembering and bringing back things that we incarnated in this life, not remembering or not necessarily taking with us at the forefront of our belt. And I really feel like that's coming in, and that's part of my job, is to help people remember and integrate those pieces of themselves and put it back together as well. It's very interesting. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it is. And I did a reading yesterday, but a lot of my past readings over the past couple of months have all done that too. A past life comes up, but it's not just to learn about it, it's to remember it and apply it to this life. And it's almost, again, it's that reawakening, remembering, oh, I did have that. I don't have to, go to school to learn it all over again. Let me just implement it in my life right now.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that. And it's not necessarily, I don't know, maybe you're seeing it this way or not. I'm not necessarily seeing one life at a time anymore. I'm seeing several. Like there'll be 3 or 4 right behind the person, maybe 8 over here. Someone else will have a huge long line behind a door that is being open, and they're all just piling in. So with that being a little more overwhelming for the person of like, what's going on, what's happening to me, what are these synchronicities, what's going on, this, something's shifting, something's changing. It's no longer a mass awakening. It feels like a very jarring awake. It's like the splash of cold water of like, hey, right now is the time. It's no longer at the tip of the waterfall ready to go over. We've now gone over. We are in it. We are in the free fall. It's like when you break a bone, you don't feel the pain yet, but you're in that shock. And I feel like the planet is in that shock mode right now. And I just want like all the guidance I can get or receive to walk through this and to help others.
Accept and receive, accept and receive, accept and receive. I keep hearing.
Yeah. I'm also being told that, yes, a lot of people are in that shock state, Nicolette, but I'm being told that those of us that are on this path, spiritual path, and a little bit farther on it, it's not to say that it won't be jarring, but we're a little more prepared for it.
Correct.
Love it.
And if anything is coming in really quickly or intensely, you can always ask that it slows down or that it comes in with ease and grace. And that'll help to, to calibrate your body to it, and to also regulate how much is coming in at one time.
Shelby, I do want to add on to that, because that is such an important statement. And this has come up a lot in my readings as well. People are like, I'm getting too much, or I'm too tired, or I'm a little bit afraid. We are the keepers of our own bodies, and we have the right and the ability to say, this is how I want to receive. This is when I want to receive, or I can't receive today, or I want this. You can set your own parameters. You just have to let spirit know.
Don't forget your sacred geometry. And what I mean by that is, in meditation, if you want, draw, I don't know if you want to use an octahedron or a triangle or a Merkaba or whatever, but place the parallel lifetimes in the different points. And that allows you kind of to hold frequency with all of it at once, but choose which point you want to focus on. I know that kind of sounds weird, but I was playing with that the other day, and it seemed to work. So something to play with from an exercise perspective is being able to see your parallel lifetimes or access your parallel lifetimes, but using the geometry, you can kind of keep it all, I guess you could say, balanced, as far as how you're accessing or having focus on each one. And you can actually kind of move through the different points if you want to feel or receive or connect with each one.
That is a real gem of a tip. Thank you for
Yeah.
explaining that. Really
Thanks, Vera.
is
I
helpful.
And
love
it
that
actually
tip.
works. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Vera needs to do a guided meditation with us so we can all practice together.
You know, if you're talking, we could do
Yes.
so. You know what? I'll try to see if I can come up with something that allows us to access parallel lifetimes in concert kind of thing, but one we're individually going through. So I'll try to come up with
Yes.
something.
Yes. That would be so
Yeah,
amazing.
I
Oh
think
my
that
gosh.
the numbers will be way up for that call for sure. Okay, Ramu says we're done. He says that's all for today. I think Mother Mary giving us gratitude and something in our crown chakra. I think that was the closure. Again, there's a big thank you. A reminder of land, a reminder of heart share amongst, obviously with everyone else in the world, but amongst in between ourselves as well, because that is a support system for us. And to thank you.
As we energetically heart share with them.
Oh, yeah.
Energetically heart share with them. Always remember that as we receive downloads and we receive the energy from our guidance, reciprocity is appreciated too.
I laugh because that's all I ever do.
No, but sometimes
Thank
people,
you.
you know, it's
Thank
like, you know,
Thank you.
I think it's just in our confusion when we're receiving so much, we're kind of like, oh, wait, we should thank them too. No, but that's amazing if you're already doing that.
Such a perfect reminder because we do forget. And that's my favorite part of closing down is giving that gratitude back. And yes, I'm seeing just immense gratitude. Because I'm sure you guys are sharing with all the beings right now as I am.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel their gratitude?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love you guys. No, just kidding.
Oh, wow.
So if they've concluded their communication with us, we're going to go ahead and start the process of our journey back, unless anyone has anything else. Everyone ready?
Yes.
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 Wow, so as we stand witness to all that has transpired today, so much has transpired today. It's amazing. As I start to move to close the records, I ask for Source Light Records back from Shelby McGee, Vera Takakura, Nicolette Aguinaldo, Tamara Pasic, Melanie Showerker, Ellen Warren, Denise Scott, January Santa Romana, Suki McAdams, Monique Casper. As we call Source Light Records back to the center in the palm of my hand, I turn my palm back over to the cosmic table of light. And as I move to close the records, we give gratitude for all the healings, clearing, support, guidance, assistance, information streams, downloads, frequencies, vibrations of the highest order and magnitude that have come forth for everyone in session. Also honoring and acknowledging and giving gratitude to the ascended masters, teachers, loved ones, star families, galactic beings, archangels, ancestors, record keepers, guides, and beings of light, who also honored us with their presence. And as we continue to close this field access to the Akasha or exit, we also set the intention to cut all cords, bindings, connections, contracts, portals, vortexes, energies, whether intentionally or unintentionally created between us, among us, as we fully and completely detach and release from the field. This allows us to take our journey back through the divine light path of the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral root, legs, feet, in through the earth star, traveling down back into the crystalline core of the planet, anchoring and centering, balancing here with Mother Earth, the heart of Gaia. To allow ourselves to begin the grounding process, we will travel back up through the earth star, feet, legs, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, all the way up into the central sun, pushing past into the unity consciousness field, feeling our pinpoint connection to source as our reconnection begins. Back down through the sun, soul star, crown, third eye, throat, homing and centering into our heart space, expanding our hearts into the universe once more, holding our palms up, each and every one of us, so that we may upload gratitude into the universal collective, sending that energy back as a thank you, so that this allows us to move more easily and gracefully back into Mother Earth's sacred space, folding our energy, body, and being back in, so that we can process and integrate all that has been transmitted and all that has been received. Continuing this journey and path back, knowing that we are one with the all and the all is one with us, allowing us to find our center point back into our home base, so that we are anchored into the new earth and the old earth, back into this 3D physicality, back into this earth plane, Aliyashua. So it is, we are back, we are back, we are back. Please imagine a point of light above your head, focused and splitting into the both sides of you, either side of you. And as you start to feel it approach just below feet level, creating a final seal, so that you're back into this embodiment. And with each seal, we receive a blanket of strength. And with each seal, we receive a blanket of calm. And with each seal, we receive a blanket of stability, so that we are grounded back into this earth plane. How's everybody feeling?
Wow.
Great.
Yay.
I have so much love, guys. My heart is like crazy exploded. Oh, it's so good though.
I love that.
Well, no, thank you everyone for taking this journey together. Like I've always said, this isn't just me, this is everybody contributing and participating equally with open hearts. And I think it's always an amazing and humbling experience for me to understand and feel that I get to work with all of you and share. And it's just an amazing experience each and every time. And I always walk up really high on the energy. And then I gotta sit there and look at clients again and say, oh yeah, I'm fixing this for you or that. It's like weird. So yeah.
There is literally such a high on this. And on the days where I get up and I'm not feeling great, I have these calls and I just feel so much better. This is just so powerful. Thank you.
No, I appreciate all of you. And I know some of you probably have some hard stops, because I know we're all kind of just trying